Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 4 of our Grey Ogre Games Invitational 2019 monthly series here during September. My name is Mick. I'm one of your hosts alongside. I still like Just Randall.
Okay,
I still,
we can go with just Randall.
just Randall.
Yeah, just Randall over here.
Yeah. Picked up off the street, like introduced to the store. Anyway, we're watching the match here. The game that we saw last round, Kenneth Wong with the blue-white Stoneblade, and his team won. And he's playing against Lohan Boon of Team Kaboons.
Kaboons.
Kaboons? Yeah. Team Kab... No, you're not.
Kaboons.
Next round. Next round.
Yeah, Team Kaboons.
Yeah.
Playing Tron.
Joe trying to get validation somehow. Do you need me? Do you need me, please? Please need me. Joe. I hope you all can hear that. Kal Masuri is asking, you guys are located in Singapore? Yes, we are located in Singapore. If you know how to play Torchlight, you can play. Go ahead.
Yeah, and
have a Switch.
for the people who've been watching us, this is actually the matchup is a repeat of what we had in round 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Tron versus Blue Eye Stoneblade again.
So are you guys not entertained? Yeah, you not entertained. Oh man, this is repeat telecast. Kenneth, we saw him the last round, right? He was playing Blue White Stoneblade. He's playing against is this Green Tron? Yes, this is
it's
Mono
Green
Green
Tron,
Tron.
yeah.
So looking for the Ugin,
Yeah.
light years away from being able to cast that Ugin.
Yep. But I mean, him taking the Ugin might say quite a bit.
Alright, so
Ooh,
expedition map, is that going to get a counter spell? No, because
that's a no. No.
Yeah, at 1 mana, all you have is either Ceremonious Rejection, and
Yep.
if Kenneth here is playing a ceremonious Rejection, his game is forfeit.
Yes.
Full
because
stop.
It's in
Yeah.
the sideboard.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also Spell Pierce, I suppose.
This Spell Pierce, yeah.
Yeah.
So if he has a cell, okay. So Joe's asking a really good question. Joe asks, "What if he has basically if you've got your sideboard card in your deck, the game stops and you get a game loss
I
for
see.
deck list error,
Right.
right? Of course, here in the booth, we are able to tell, right? Because we have the deck list and we know what the players have, pre-board and post-board, right? And so we can stop it. But on the floor, it's up to the judges. Number one, if whether the judges can catch it.
Yeah.
And it's up to their, discretion or intuition to figure out whether the player had this already in their deck.
Right.
And so you figure out, if you ask me because the game's going on, if I had noticed something like that, like he played like a ceremonious rejection on game 1, I would immediately just pause the game. Okay, guys,
Let's check the
need
deck
to
lists.
do
Yeah.
Or I would hang around that table
Yeah.
for a while, and the minute they finish that game, I'd do a deck check.
Right. Okay.
And that's how you determine. I wouldn't pause the game, but I mean, I will go around, go get the deck list, and then go deck check or send the decks for deck checking.
But what if it's very obvious? Like, let's say a ceremonious rejection is in the graveyard, you take the deck list over, and there's a ceremonious rejection only inside.
Okay, so so at the end of the game, right? At the end of the day, the ruling is that the player with the deck list problem gets a game loss.
Right.
Full stop.
So that's the ruling.
Right.
Is that,
So that's the penalty. Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
regular, competitive, professional? Is there a different tier?
Okay, so at regular, honestly, I don't know. Offhand, I don't know if at regular we will enforce this, but usually, that's a game loss. Competitive is definitely a game loss, right? But it's only a game loss. Let me do check. Infraction procedure guide.
Vanguard national champion.
Really?
Oh, the Vanguard National
See,
Champion.
What? Special
Dang.
fact, huh? What is
awesome.
Vanguard?
Hey guys.
Hey, we gotta know the other
it's
card
fine,
games.
yeah. Wow, that's impressive, man.
Yeah.
So they what? Because he was the national champion, they invited for him to play in this
in this team.
Like,
You know,
he's good. He's really
He's good at
good.
that card game. Maybe he's good at this card game.
Oh yeah, I did mention at the beginning of the day, like the winner gets the winner gets a position in the automatic invite to the seasonal qualifier.
Mm.
In this case, all three get invited to
I
this thing.
see. I
All
see.
three get a bye.
Yeah.
So this is one of those special occasions where, like, a lot of people get
Mm.
buys for the seasonal qualifiers, and buys are actually very, 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 very powerful.
Also, in the chat, asked if I thought it was thought sees them now. Is that a thing? Like, if let's say there's a card in
No,
the
you
hand.
don't thought seize them because like you don't know you don't know what the opponent would have um until they play it,
Yes,
right?
correct.
So okay, so the tournament error is called a deck problem,
Mm-hmm.
right? The definition is the contents of a deck or sideboard do not match the deck list registered,
Yep.
and the deck list represents what the player intended to play. If there are extra
Ah.
cards stored with the sideboard that could conceivably be played in that player's deck, they will be considered a part of the sideboard unless they are promo cards, whatever lah. This whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so then a whole series of investigations would just fire off, right?
Mm.
Where we try to determine whether the player intentionally left the sideboard
Sideboard in,
cards
okay.
in the deck, right? That's hard to determine, but you know, you can.
Yes.
And then finally, there's upgrades, right? Upgrades. If the deck or sideboard is discovered to be missing cards while presented to the opponent for pre-game shuffling or during a deck check, and the missing cards are not in the opponent's deck, the penalty is a game loss.
Mm.
If an opponent may have made strategic decisions, which I just mentioned earlier, based on the presence of a sideboard card, the penalty is a game loss.
Okay.
If an error resulted in more copies of a main deck card being played than were registered, and this this was discovered after the game had begun, the penalty is a game loss unless all copies of the card are still in random portion of the library. For example,
okay.
if the deck list has 2 copies of Shock in the main deck and 2 in the sideboard, but a search finds 2 copies of Shock in the library with another already in the graveyard, the penalty is upgraded. So
Oh, interesting. Okay.
yeah, so there are a few like nuances or like a few I won't say nuances lah, but a few exceptions where this goes from a warning to a game loss, but
Okay.
it's usually very quickly a game loss.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So actually returning to the game at hand. I mean,
Whoa, long sidetrack.
yeah, but
Welcome to
that was
Judge.
interesting. Yeah.
Welcome to Judge Corner.
So here, I mean, both players with a lot of cards in hand. You know, Khan's gonna come down, but
The
I'm
counter spell.
sure Kenneth has something.
Come
to
on, there's like force of
deal
negation
with.
like right at the beginning,
Yeah.
right at the front of his hand.
Mm.
That has to not resolve.
Yeah, Khan is very good in this matchup, I believe.
Yeah.
And I mean, even Kenneth doesn't even need to exile a card.
Yeah.
He has the
Just
mana to
hard
cast
cast,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose he can just hard cast the force of
Force.
negation. That's not required to like give up cards.
Yep.
I don't know if Kenneth. Okay, I'm quite sure they play with these decks often, but I'm not sure whether Kenneth like realizes, hey, actually I can just cast this.
Yeah.
Because I've seen players like with open mana and they still cast like force of negation.
Like exile.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
With
okay.
the other mode. I was like, are you sure? Yeah, I like the Joe's like,
Eh?
eh?
It's like, I mean, if you want to, you can.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. But
Why would you want to? Is the question. Yeah, and I mean, he also has a Snapcaster in hand, so
yeah, and he can get that back, and he can use. So Snapcaster is slightly different, right? When you actually cast a spell,
yeah,
you can't use the
replacement
replacement cost because
I see.
Snapcaster tags on alternative cost, right? Which is the flashback
the
cost.
CMC, right? Yeah, okay.
And you have to pay the CMC versus I don't what's that? Surveillance? Is it?
Surveillance.
The one that you surveil
right.
mission briefing.
Right, mission briefing. Yes, correct.
Where it allows you to cast that spell from the graveyard, and you can cast it using its casting cost, or you can cast it using alternative casting
right,
cost.
okay, okay.
And that's why it's so good against it's so good with in combination with what's that?
Oh.
Mill 13 cards. Archive Trap.
Archive Trap, yes. Well, another force of negation, getting that Ugin
Alright.
off the board. Kenneth, firmly in the driver's seat over here, just whacking in for 4 each turn.
Yeah, and well, Hanbun having lost
That
some of his Tron lands.
Yeah, to a field ruin activation earlier in the game.
Yeah.
Really far behind in the game right now.
But he's gonna get it back. Here
Yeah.
we go.
Okay, so expedition
Mine
map gonna help out.
power plant. Looking for the tower.
Yeah, and here comes the tower. So what
That's-
does Hanbun have in hand?
He has incredible powerhouse in hand, and he's
Mm.
got Sanctum of Ugin, which means that he's gonna probably grab another Ulamog.
Ooh, that's
There we
Ulamog.
go. So Ulamog, cast trigger, got to exile 2 things, and I think you start hitting lands
Yes, for sure.
because Snapcasters don't do shit against the.
Yeah, I think getting rid of one Snapcaster just to slow down the clock. Yeah, I'll say that. That's
He's
fair.
at 10 life.
He is.
What does he need to worry about?
But I mean, if he has no way of, well, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so cast, and sack. So okay,
So
I
Kenneth
want to
over
bring
here-
up like Sanctum of Ugin.
Okay. So Kenneth over here presented with a really tough choice. I mean, the only thing that he really realistically wants to do is Cryptic Command to counter the Ulamog and bounce the Sanctum. Because in that way, he can't sacrifice the Sanctum to find something else. Because if he just
Yeah,
counters
so-
the Ulamog here,
All right, so it looks like there's going to be a judge
doesn't
call.
do that much.
Okay, so whenever you cast a colorless spell with converted mana cost 7 or greater, you may sacrifice Sanctum of Ugin. Okay, so
Mm.
the trigger goes on the stack. If
Yep.
he bounces the Sanctum of Ugin, he doesn't get to look for a second Ugin here.
Mm.
So I think what you're saying is absolutely right. I think that's a fantastic play
Yeah.
on Kenneth's part.
But I guess it hinges on the fact whether
But it
Kenneth
doesn't
has a
really-
Cryptic.
But it doesn't really matter, right? Like he has to. So Hanbun has to target 2 things at one.
Yes.
Sorry, Hanbun has to target anyway,
Yes, correct.
right? So no matter which way he stacks it, it doesn't matter because like Kenneth just responds at the top of the stack,
Mm.
right?
Yeah, the exile is definitely going to happen. Just what Kenneth is going to do now.
Yeah. So he can bounce counter. I think
Yes.
that's the best way to do this.
Yeah.
So let's see.
I mean, we saw Hanbun has a Khan in hand. That's another threat. But Kenneth just wants the minimum amount of threats in Hanbun's hand. So definitely Cryptic would be the play here if he has it.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
no,
he
he's gonna let
lets
it happen,
that,
yeah.
he lets that resolve. Oi, 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 oi.
Oof. But I don't know what Kenneth has in hand.
Mm.
Actually.
If the best play would be like Cryptic Command.
Yeah.
That would probably be the best. Hanbun probably here. Ooh, that's interesting. Looks for a walking ballista.
Get rid of that Snapcaster and put a relevant threat, I guess.
And yeah, they're very big relevant threat.
Very big at this point. I mean, we count out the lands, that's about 2, 4, 6,
Those ones.
9, 10,
So that's 10,
And 13.
sorry, that's 9, 10, 13.
13 mana. Whew. It's going to be a big ballista.
Well, he doesn't have to cast it for like everything, right? He just needs to be able to get past spell snare.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking,
Yeah.
he just needs to get past spell snare.
Yeah, I don't think Kenneth is running any logic knots, so
Alright, so Path to Exile after it resolves.
yep. That's a handy answer to that as well.
Oh, no more basics. Yikes. Alright, so all paths are just like exile
Straight up
targets,
exiles, yeah.
dispatches.
That's good. So but the problem here now is that Hanbun has 2 big threats in his hand. Might draw another one. Did draw another one.
You were saying?
Talent
Talent.
over here.
Talent.
So Kenneth really has his work cut out for him with just 4 mana available.
Great, Worm Coil
One call
Engine.
comes down.
Then Carol must be thinking, didn't you search out the walking ballista?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
How do you
Worm
have
Coil Engine
this?
too. I have Worm Coil Engine too.
Yeah. But if I were Kenneth here, I mean, definitely don't counter this.
Yeah, you can
still
path
have
it. Like
path,
you,
yeah.
you have paths, and it's fine.
Mm.
You definitely counter the walking ballista because that's a lot more dangerous than any
Than just this Worm Coil, yeah.
Worm Coil Engine. Oh wow, he's just gonna.
Just gonna puff it, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. And pass. Okay.
And
So
Hanbun here, the believer of like shuffling will change
Oh, the fate, right?
the fate. Yeah, shuffling changes your fate.
So okay, Hanbun here
You can play card
didn't
player.
decide to play anything else. Do you think he should just run out his Khan?
Yeah, I I think. Well, he had 6 mana left, right? I think he could have like run out the walking ballista.
No, he had 7, I think, because he had a tower and 4 lands.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think that he should have just run out the Khan, right? Like, there's nothing you're holding mana up for. So,
Yeah.
what use is that?
Yeah.
Oh, can somebody tell Georges not to lean on the?
Oh.
Please ban. Please tell Georges don't lean on the
On the framework. Thank you.
Yeah. What pitting needle?
Pithing needle. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. What would pithing needle call here actually?
Celestial Colonnade maybe,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
but like that's
Yeah, I mean he could have just gotten the
like-
microsynth that is and
yeah.
won, right?
Could he 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, like he'll be, they'll be in with the Snapcaster Mage and all that, but
Yeah.
not particularly.
Dangerous.
Yeah,
I would say.
He's got 6 life left.
Do not leave.
And here gonna run out another worm coil, which he had apparently.
Goodness.
How do you beat counterspell?
And
With
Have
just
threats
live threats.
for days, yeah.
How do you beat?
Threat, then they
How do you beat answers? You
So okay, Kenneth here really,
He's got. He
on the
has
back foot
counter
here.
spells. He has.
is that cryptic?
Yeah, he's probably going to cryptic that.
Yeah.
Cryptic bounce his Snapcaster maybe,
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
or bounce the Khan. Cryptic
Cryptic. So definitely countering.
counter draw.
Counter
draw,
draw.
okay.
Go in the value here. I mean, well, I guess okay. To be fair, even if he bounces the Snapcaster can't. He can recast Force, I guess. Yeah. Oh, but here comes the walking ballista for 1, which is gonna kill that Snapcaster.
Oh, gets his 6th land.
So here it's a bit of a sticky situation on both sides. I mean,
All Hanbun needs to, unless Hanbun doesn't have the combo kill in his sideboard,
that could be the case.
that could
yes.
be very much.
So Khan the Great Creator needs to bring in something from the sideboard, correct?
Yeah, from your sideboard. That's it. Let's see. Khan the Great Creator. It has to be from your sideboard. You may choose an artifact you own from outside the game or in exile.
Right.
In exile. Reveal that card and put it into your hand. No life
Life
counter?
counter?
No, there's a life. There's
There's
a
a life at the top.
Yeah, right at the top. I can't point it to you, but there's one at the top in the middle.
The one that's at 6 and
6
and
and
16,
16 and
yeah.
16. Yeah.
Okay, so
That's the one thing I wish that we could have, which is like a little app that updates
yeah.
here, that updates the life here.
Because if we were to update it like via the casting space, we would need to know exactly what's going on, like any point in time. And
That'll
might a
be-
bit
that'll-
inefficient.
That would be awesome, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
Often
so
costly.
Snapcaster gonna die here, for sure. And Hanbun with 1 card in hand, which I think is the Khan. But Kenneth with, I think, 4 cards. So a bit dangerous still.
Yeah. Oh,
Or did
did they freeze up? Yeah,
Yep,
they
it
did.
did. I can just right click. You can just double click. I see.
Hey.
Oh, we're gonna hard
Battle
cast the Battle
Skull,
Skull
okay.
here. Wow. Just not afraid of anything that Hanbun has or has a Force of Negation in hand.
And hey, Final Fantasy token.
Oh, nice.
Final Fantasy card game. I don't know what that creature is.
Yeah, me neither. Never played that game.
Nobody cares. Man, I like that game a lot.
So,
I like-
Khan
oh,
gonna come down,
hello.
exiling the Battle Skull. Oh, very bad.
Yeah, and
for
Kenneth did
over
not.
here.
Yeah, Kenneth did not know that Khan existed.
Yeah, I think he was thinking, Hanbun has been playing threats every single turn.
Like, what more do you have?
He must not
And-
have anything else. And wow, Hanbun paying off over here.
Okay, and if that resolves, which means the Mycosine
Sin
Lattice
Lattice,
will
oh.
resolve, and now there's nothing on the battlefield.
Nothing
the
Kenneth
turn.
can do. Yep.
Kenneth can't do jack, and
scoops it
that's
up.
the scoop. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Tron wins that. Tron wins that game.
Yeah.
But I think post sideboard, Kenneth just has
Heavily
way more
favoured.
tools. Yeah, way
Yeah.
more tools than Tron can deal with, unless of course like Tron is playing like creatures.
I
don't
play that
think
much.
so.
Yeah. I mean, so from Kenneth's sideboard, we're definitely gonna see the ceremonious rejections, of which he has a whole play set in his sideboard.
Four out
Four,
of
yeah.
four, man. That's crazy.
Disdainful Stroke,
Mm-hmm.
Dovin's Veto, all very good cards in this matchup.
Mm.
But what about Hanbun's sideboard? What does he have to bring
So
in?
Hanbun, he's got like one Graph Digger's Cage, not that great.
Mhm,
3
mhm.
Nature's Claims, not that great. 1 Pitting Needle, 2 Veil of Summer, which is excellent.
Yes.
1 Liquid Metal Coating, which I believe he'll just leave in the sideboard.
Yep.
1 Crucible of Worlds, which because he's got how many Ugins does he have? He has 4 Khan, the Great Creator, right?
Mm.
He will probably leave the Crucible in the sideboard
Yep.
for him to fetch out later and then play it during the same turn.
Mm.
1 Ensnaring Bridge, not
relevant.
important, not relevant. Trinisphere is not relevant. 2 Tractors, not that relevant. Mycosine Lattice and 1 Emrakul, the Promised End.
Mm.
I actually think that he might bring in Emrakul, the Promised End, because that is a fantastic way to screw up a control player's game.
I think definitely gonna bring in the Emrakul actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
so,
good.
So 3 cards that he can bring in, the 2 Veil Summers and the Emrakul, and we'll see how this works. He might, I don't think you bring in like the Liquid Metal Coating,
Yes.
because you would probably search it up with the Khan, and then proceed to destroy your opponent's lands.
Mm.
I'm so curious, like why didn't Hanbun just
Get the Mycosine.
at the minute he played the Khan, why did
Yeah.
he get the Mycosine Lattice? Because if Kenneth allowed the Khan to resolve, then most likely the Mycosine Lattice would resolve, right?
Yeah. And I mean, even then, Mycosine Lattice is a game-ending threat. So if Kenneth had the counter, he would definitely counter that. And then Hanbun had a Khan in hand, like liberated. So you just lay on all the threats so that he can
And
run out
then,
all the
yeah.
counter spells.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that was he still won the game.
Yeah.
So definitely did not do the wrong thing. He is Vanguard champion after all. So I'm not gonna.
Not gonna contest that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pitting Needle didn't really do much there.
Did he bring in the Pitting Needle from the sideboard? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Okay. That was odd.
Yeah.
It shuts down shuts down planeswalkers. Also shuts down lands.
Also, actually,
coordinate.
interesting thing I was thinking about just now. So in the last game with Tron and Blue White Stoneblade, the Tron player actually brought in Thragtas from the sideboard, and I was thinking about why, because it doesn't really matter.
It's just a 5/3 beater, man.
Yeah.
Like he casts it just to like beat face.
But was he thinking about it because he knows Kenneth is going to bring in some amount of Ceremonious Rejection, and that's a threat that can't be countered by Ceremonious Rejection.
Right. It's just a big 5/3.
It's just a big 5/3.
big
Yeah.
green 5/3,
So
right?
could have been that, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're thinking too in
that
depth
far
with
that far ahead. Well, I suppose that's how you win, right? Like
Yeah.
if you have to think way ahead of your
Yeah.
opponent. When players play, we see all those like graveyard type decks. They bring in Nature's Claim like
just for the ley line,
just
right?
for ley lines,
Yeah.
just for rest in pieces and stuff like that. So obviously they know what's happening.
Yeah.
Obviously they know what's going to happen. So I suppose it's important, right? Where you have to play a little bit ahead of your opponent, and if you can sort of guess and nullify their sideboard, I guess you win.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
Skate saying hi all, hello.
Hello.
And we got a few follows recently. Mattheo's Zero, thanks for following us.
Yep.
And D Kendrick, thanks. Whoa,
Thank you.
is this like the rapper?
The Kendrick Lamar.
Oh no, that's L Kendrick.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think so.
No, D Kendrick maybe is the brother.
Yeah. And solo to Bibi.
What?
That's Swallow to
So-
BB
s-
on chat saying that Threader's good against Path. Yes,
Yep.
that's also very valid.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, oh wow, Hanbun I think mulliganing for the third time. I think.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
tough.
that's gonna be rough.
But Tron with the London Mulligan rule, best.
Yeah, definitely.
Very
it,
good. Oh,
It
look at
wants
it.
to mull a lot.
So yeah,
Is that 3?
yeah, he keeps 3, and that's
Oh, he keeps
really
4,
the
okay, yeah.
only.
Wow.
He
Wow, he mulled
mulled
to 3.
3, but those are the only 3 cards you need to keep,
Yeah.
right? two Tron lands and an expedition map.
Yeah.
And he drew a second expedition map. Oh, that's gonna get ceremonious
Oh,
rejection. That's
wow.
fine.
But there's
Because
another
like he's
one,
got
yeah.
a second one.
Is there another ceremonious rejection? Oh
No.
no, that's gonna go through. Oh, that's a Chromatic Sphere, right? Ooh, Expedition Map coming down. Is there another one? Is there another one?
Come on, Kenneth. Come on, Kenneth. Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce.
If he really gets rid of it, that's gonna put Hanbun so far back. Oh no, he
Oh,
can't.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is that Hanbun now has no threats, right? Like
Yes.
what you want is Tron and then threats.
Mm.
Unfortunately, he.
I think he drew
none.
Khan Liberated.
Wow.
I think so.
you
Wait,
got
let's
to
see,
be
let's see.
kidding. I would
Ooh,
immediately
I'm
play
very-
the. There we see like creeping chill, creeping into the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, I think it's just
putting
Chromatics.
like Judge. Yeah.
It's just Chromatics. Okay. So nothing on Hanbun's side yet.
Correct.
But he's gonna
Draw.
get a cycle twice.
Oh.
Oh, the ancient stirrings.
No,
Kenneth has to counter this.
No, he doesn't have to counter the ancient stirrings. He just has to counter what comes out from the ancient stirrings, right? Like
That's fair.
there's no reason to panic
Mm.
at what your opponent's doing because
Oh, Khan the Great Creator. Wow. Electing to take this instead of the Khan Liberated.
Yeah, I would have just like taken Khan Liberator
Yeah.
instead. And here a
Interesting
Vendilion Click would
choice.
be fantastic.
Yes.
But,
And I mean, Kenneth runs them in the main board, but there's only one in the main board. So,
mm.
but I think he has definitely something to answer this.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think he only mulliganed once, if I'm not wrong. Yep, gonna just
Yeah.
hard cast that out. Exile it out of here.
Okay, crack the star probably.
Mm-hmm.
Draw a card. Oh,
Oh,
no,
s-
he's just gonna pass the
Gonna
turn.
pass.
Okay.
Okay.
So Hanbun, I mean, like we see the power of Tron with the London Mulligan, right?
Yeah.
Our friend here just went down to like 3 cards in hand,
Mm.
but still putting up a really fierce fight against Kenneth.
Yeah.
And London Mulligan is a fantastic. I think it's a great addition
Mm.
for limited
Yes.
and for maybe standard.
Yes.
But for modern, that's
It's a bit skewed, I would say.
it's a little bit skewed. it makes previously relatively inconsistent decks a lot more consistent, which then makes them very dangerous.
Yeah.
But there's a flip side to it. You see
What?
far more interactive games.
Yeah,
Very
true,
few,
true.
like,
You
I
see
think
far more
two-land
interactive
Yeah.
games. Yeah,
We do see a lot of games.
Yeah.
A lot better games.
We
And I
see
think
games
if
play
the
out.
purpose
Yeah.
is to let people play Magic. It has been very, very successful.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
And I think that's the most important.
Yeah,
Mm.
Joe is saying like the purpose of it, or at least if the purpose was to see people actually play games on Magic, yeah, it's done its job. And
Yeah.
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Definitely 100%.
I will
mean-
always play like every time I like go to game 3 because like game 1 I mana screwed, game 2 my opponent mana screwed, and game 3 I would like pass the deck to my opponent. It's like, okay, let's try to have a game of
Yeah.
Magic today.
Yeah, and we see a
Why
lot
got
less of
random
that.
Cast Ink appear one.
Cass Ing, why got random Uncle Joe commentary in the background? Yeah, why got random Cass Ing is here? Cass, go home.
Because I'm sure he
We
is at
don't
home.
need you as a viewer.
Whoa.
The anti-cast hostility.
Yeah, I'm just going to count as 94 viewers right now.
Wow. And here we see.
See, Cass, you don't have to physically be here to control.
All right, yeah. So just now as Swallow Tobe, Swall
Tobibi.
Otobi.
Swallow top.
Swall Tobi. I don't know.
Mentioned.
Yeah.
versus
Resistant.
Path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Very
resist.
good versus.
Very good versus Path. Because
Nice.
it's a leave the battlefield trigger. I
Yeah, it's a
believe.
leave a battle
Yeah.
trigger. Oh man.
What a brilliant card.
Tractas is Tractas was a mistake.
Yeah. You know when it was in standard, it went up to like $40 or
Yeah.
something. It was ridiculous.
So dumb. Alright, so Jay's just gonna get rid of that.
Yep.
And
That leaves him open to your face.
Oh, what's this? What's Han Boon
Oh.
counting up?
oh, do you know what it is? It's an Emrakul, baby. That's why he's counting number of card
Oh.
types in the graveyard, yo.
I can't. He just drew that. He just drew it from the top of his deck.
How great is this? Like you play an Emrakul, okay, so you cast the Emrakul,
Oh,
there you
no.
go. And then you bounce the Emrakul back to your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
Kenneth can scoop already. Like there's no
Oh my goodness.
yeah, and this is an on cast trigger,
Mm.
which means that Kenneth like even if he like tries to counter spell,
Oh,
like doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Alright, oh cryptic command, excellent.
Oh no.
Totally excellent. This is I
Oh.
play I
Yes.
play a commander deck.
Yep.
Right. 1 out of 100 cards. And one of them is an Emrakul. And
Oh.
every single time I cast the Emrakul, right, the game ends.
Yes.
Right? It's not a game ending it's a game ending card,
Mm.
but it's not a card that technically does not immediately win you the
Yep,
game.
yep.
But the minute you cast that card, right, the game ends.
No, it's very
Right.
lucky. The Jace can't.
The Jace can't bounce it? Why can't the Jace bounce it? No,
Because he
it
already
can.
bounced the. Oh no, it can.
It can. It's Kenneth's turn, right?
Jace can bounce.
So
yes.
Jace just gonna bounce it back to Han Boon's hand,
Yep.
right? And
And Han Boon is gonna just.
But because Kenneth is type of mana, it actually can't do a lot.
yeah, so
I mean,
Kenneth can't
Cast a
do.
spell and cryptic command it, for example.
All right,
Oh, he's
so
gonna
he's
brainstorm,
actually gonna
okay.
brainstorm and put away cards.
Oh, then you can use the cryptic to bounce the.
The bounce
No,
the
you
Janes
cannot,
and put it back to
because-
his hand.
Oh no, it's protection.
It's protected from instants. So
Mm.
Emrakul can't be bounced by anything besides Jace.
Yeah. Well, he can. Okay, so he can keep this second Jace,
Yeah.
put back the force of negation.
Oh, cast the Jace.
Yeah, so cast the Jace,
Jace.
force the negation, and then remove the card. Yeah. Whoa, this is so excellent. He doesn't need to put the path back because like Emrakul is not gonna die to a path.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. I feel
Cass-
so
Cass
bad
saying-
for Kenneth.
Hashtag just Tron things.
Oh,
Cass,
you
I
can't cast the force of negation. It's his turn.
It's his turn. No,
So
but
you
he
can't
can
remove,
hard
right?
cast it, can't he?
You can, but you don't have the mana. to
he
cast
doesn't have enough mana. Yeah.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is just hilarious.
It's. I think you keep the Jace on top. Then you can. Yeah, if you bounce the Jace with this one, right? You cast the Jace now. You cast the Jace now, then you. Oh, I don't know, yeah, if he had the
No,
second Jace,
so
it's
yeah,
already
so
a bit
he'll
great.
probably just like.
You could have just basically had infinite Jace.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 cards went back on top. Jace hits the battlefield,
Yep.
and
No, you.
no,
oh,
you can't. It's his turn.
It's his turn.
Yeah. No,
So he's thinking about what else he can do.
you know, you don't know.
Actually, he pitched one of the Stoneforge Mystics back onto the
Back onto the top, right?
yeah.
Yeah. I think you just cast the Jace,
cast the Jace.
and then you bounce. You just bounce the
Just bounce the
Emrakul.
Emrakul, yeah. And you just get in basically infinite turns for a while.
People looking at the same board, they can all make
No, but doesn't he get a turn?
Yeah,
Kenneth gets
so
a
Kenneth
turn,
gets a
right?
turn. So
Right.
Kenneth gets a turn. He can
Try to find a way.
try to find a way out of this, lah. But I honestly don't think so.
Yeah.
Actually, no. You should leave it to Kenneth to try to bounce the Emrakul,
Emrakul, yep.
right? And now it's just your turn to try to screw
Yeah.
things up.
I mean, okay, what Kenneth can do next turn is that he can force a negation the Emrakul. So
No,
he
he
won't-
can't.
Oh, you can't?
No, non-creature spells.
Oh, non-creature spells. I see. Okay. Oh, but he can cryptic command it because the cryptic command is still in his hand.
Yeah.
So
I don't know why he kept the new Jace though. Is he trying to? I put the cryptic command like way below.
I mean, what does he want to do with the new Jace?
Oh, he messed up. Okay, so the okay, so the cryptic command is like the only thing that Kenneth has to save him for
Correct.
a while, right?
Yeah.
Field of Ruin. And
Oh.
so what I would have done was to put because you saw the Jace during the
The brainstorm?
The brainstorm.
Yep.
Put the cryptic command back on top.
And
Cast
then
the second
stone-
Jace, and now that just
Fate
what's
seal
that?
it?
Fate seal. Yeah, fate seal it down.
Right. He could even have used the Stoneforge Mystic to shuffle.
In fact, Kenneth could have just Hanbun could have fate seal himself.
Right.
And then just check like what's the top card of my deck and like am I gonna die to this top card of my deck.
That's true. That's
Mm.
true.
So
So yeah, kind of getting the turn here. I mean, just gonna pass.
this is incredible. I think they are considering, do I bounce the Emrakul?
Bounce
And
the Emerald. He does. Oh, no.
That is not a winning proposition.
But what
people.
else could he have done? Oh no, he gets rid of the tower now with the field.
Okay.
So he can't cast the Emrakul anymore.
Uh-huh.
Unless he just draws the
Unless-
tower, which...
Then you're in trouble lah. Okay, so
yeah.
that's a nice play from Kenneth
Yeah.
to get back in this game, which is why Hanbun could have done
Things very differently.
done things very 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 differently,
Yeah.
right? Like Fate Seal, that second Jace, and the ability to like dump it to the bottom of the deck is very important.
And
Or
so-
dump the card that you do not want resolving to the bottom of the deck is very important.
So just 5 mana now for
Holy
Hanbun.
did he just draw? Oh,
Oh
okay.
no, he didn't. Whew.
Well,
Wait, so how much mana is Emrakul at this point actually?
I believe it should be 9.
Ah, okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
Yeah.
And Fate Seal, making sure that you sir will never
Gonna
get,
get back in this
another-
game, yeah. Oh, I mean, Kenneth now really far ahead in this game.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have to worry.
Yep.
Stoneforge Mystic, not going to search.
Yeah, he has both of
'cause
them in hand.
Yep.
Whew, that was...
Force of Negation.
Yeah, no, that's not coming in.
Fate Seal again.
Yep.
Alright, so Kenneth here in a demanding position.
Yep.
So Emrakul, not the game ender as we had hoped.
But
It should have
been.
It should have been, right?
yes.
Like I think the sequencing was a little bit off, right?
Yeah.
Like, games that I do play with Emrakul,
Mm-hmm.
that the opponent doesn't give up. Like you show them how you recur, right?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like, I play in Modrota, so like
Oh, I
you
see.
sacrifice it, and after you bring it back, and so forth. In this case, I think Hanbun could have done a better job with
Yeah.
with replacing it. Did he get rid of the Emrakul?
Yeah, he discarded from Sword of Feast and Famine, and
yeah.
I mean, this is it. There's
yeah.
there's nothing Hanbun can do.
Does over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
wow.
wow.
Okay, with 12 minutes left,
Yeah, they're tying it up.
You can play
you can.
very bad.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Oh.
yeah,
I mean, Kenneth had everything he could to win. It's just
that was a good game. That was a handshake like pre-match.
yeah. I
Right?
was like, oh, thanks
Oh,
for the. I was like,
I actually have a feeling like
the team
yeah,
won
the
or something.
team won or lost,
Yeah.
and that was like something to play out. That was kind of fun. That was
Yeah.
kind of fun to watch.
I mean,
Let's
okay.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, even Kenneth got lucky by drawing the Field Ruin as well.
Yeah, the top 3 cards, like after that brainstorm, that second brainstorm was like that last card was a
The
Field of
field-
Ruins.
oh.
Like, whoa, you wouldn't imagine that could happen, right? But
yeah.
Hanbun just a little bit unfortunate.
Mm.
Unfortunate there. And actually no. Hanbun set up the Field of Ruin
Yes.
to be on top.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
yeah,
he did.
and there's nothing
He
much
did.
else to do at that point.
Because he didn't want the Stoneforge Mystics being on top
Yeah.
either. Oh, so that was a mistake. Mistake!
Yeah. A lot of mistakes.
What happened?
Despite Kenneth's heroics, his team is already lost.
Okay, so-
sorry, team Kaboons.
Yeah.
You just jibabooms.
No, Team Kaboons won.
Oh, Team
Kenneth is on
Kaboons
Team
won,
Fat
right?
Shock. Fat Shock
Oh,
goal.
Tiana's team, yeah, Flash. What was that?
Fat Shock goal.
Fat shot goal.
So they're at 2-2 now.
Pet shop.
And, if they win the last round, the 5th round of this, there's a chance for them to go in the top 8.
Still, yeah. Still got chance.
Still got a chance, depending on the tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're having like a top 8 instead of like a top 4.
Mm.
But that's because there's a lot of teams.
Yep.
There's a lot of teams here. All right, we will be back in about 10 minutes time, so don't go away. Remember, join us on the stream Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Singapore time, twitch.tv/Grey Ogre Games. If you're watching us on YouTube, do head on over to Twitch to tell us how great a job we're doing. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you're watching us on Twitch right now, and you know you want to go to sleep right now, you can watch the replays on youtube.com/GoGames. Follow us on all our social media channels, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and stuff like that. And yeah, we hope we will see you guys soon.
Yep.
Be right back.
See you.